Okay, hi. First things first, I'm sorry about all this. I'm sorry about this lighting. I don't know what's happening, but we're just gonna take it as it comes. Hopefully it'll just even itself out. Anyways, hi. So my name's Cass, and I'm 19, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a while now, so I figured now's the time to do it. So I asked everyone what they wanted my first video to be because not a lot of people know me, and I chose a different path than everyone else. But so I'm just gonna talk about my experience in the military, being so young since I joined fresh out of high school. So like I said, I'm 19. I joined the Marine Corps August of last year, so I'm coming up on my 1 year mark. So yeah, I'm a mechanic in the Marine Corps. It's not a very common job for females, so it's very different. So when I joined, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, because I knew I wanted to do something in the military, but I didn't think I would be a mechanic in the military, nor did I think that I would actually join the military. I planned on going to college. That fell through because I could not afford college, and all the colleges I applied for I could not afford. Even with FAFSA and everything, it was just not an option. So my 18th birthday, I went and talked to an Army recruiter and a Marine Corps recruiter, and talked to the Army. I got taped for the Army, and it did not work for me. I sat down with the recruiter 4 to 5 times, and it just was not a thing. I did not want any of the jobs that they had to offer me, and I didn't think that I would fit any of the jobs. So that got canceled out real quick, and all my friends are Marines, so I decided, why not go talk to a Marine recruiter? So on my 18th birthday, I met up with them right after school, and they talked to me and asked me what I wanted to do, and I did a list of cards, and I ended up signing papers then. And about 2 months later, I went and swore in at MEPS, and it was scary, something I didn't think would happen, but I had a lot of delays. So I medically was cleared, but my tattoo, this one, if you can even see it, that one, I had to get a waiver for, and I went up to MEPS, and I thought I was gonna swear in, so my family was there, everyone was there, and I didn't end up swearing in. So yeah, like I said, I was frustrated because I had just put all that time and effort into enlisting, and I used to have a short temper, so I felt like I had just wasted all of that time going through all medical and going through all my clearings and everything just to get turned down for a tattoo that I didn't think I would get turned down for because I got approved by everyone else. And I just felt kind of hopeless, I guess, in that situation. So I had to write an essay on why I wanted to be a Marine and why it was important to me to get a waiver for my tattoo. So I did, and it took about 3 weeks to clear, maybe. It could have been longer, but so I didn't end up enlisting until April sometime, and I picked my ship date and everything, and I finally got approved for my waiver for my arm. So I went back up to MEPS, and all I had to do was just go back through a quick brief and screen through. So I screened through, and I passed on, and I swore in, and from that date, my original ship date was my graduation date of boot camp. So I was in contact with my staff sergeant, and he was like, do you want to ship early? And I was like, sure. So I shipped 3 months early, and at the time I felt like I was not prepared, but here I am, so I was prepared. And in that moment I really didn't know what to be prepared for, because it's not like what you expect, and it's not exactly not even what you could be prepared for, because it's all different for everyone. So how you portray things is not how I portray things. So I was scared. I ended up shipping out early. I shipped out August 20th, so I'm coming up on my 1 year. So I shipped out. I went on a bus. Took 12 to 14 hours. So I got to the island. I was like, oh no, like this is terrifying. And I went through my processing and everything. And I went through boot camp, and it was a big learning experience. It was something that needed to happen because I learned a lot for myself, and it was something I couldn't do for others. So before boot camp, I was kind of struggling with everything. I was struggling on how to handle a life, like a job, and trying to figure out how I'm gonna even make a living, because I didn't know what I was gonna do if I didn't join the Marine Corps. So it was something I had to do for myself, and I learned a lot from boot camp, especially being a female. So I learned a lot that physically and emotionally, and I learned that not everyone you're friends with in high school is who you're gonna stay friends with. I'm only friends with maybe 6 people in total from my high school, because at boot camp nobody really wrote me, except my family. They were really supportive of everything, and it helped time pass. But friend-wise, I wrote a bunch of people, and I really didn't get anything back. So it was kind of like heartbreaking, and like it helped me grow, because I learned who my real friends are, and I learned how supportive everyone in my life is, and how I can prosper from there. So I went through boot camp. I got out, and I went to my combat training, and it was right around the holidays, and I remember feeling so overwhelmed because I didn't think I was going to be home for the holidays, and it was so much happening at one time, because I went straight from boot camp. I got 10 days home, and then I went straight to my combat training. So I went there. It was fun. It was cold. It was really cold, and I learned a lot, because I never really shot before the Marine Corps, so it was new, and it was something I enjoyed doing. So after combat training, I went to, I came home for a little bit, and I went to my schoolhouse, and I didn't pick up on my schooling for 3 to 4 months. So it was just figuring out how to become a Marine and how to be a great female Marine. And I'm still not there, and I'm still learning, but I feel like I came a long way from being the cast I was about a year ago. So at my schooling, not a lot of females join it, and I only joined it. I only did my job because my staff sergeant told me that I probably wouldn't like it, and before the Marine Corps, I was so hard-headed. I thought that if you told me not to do it, I was gonna do it. So I signed my Motor T contract, and fast forward 6 months, and I'm here, and I'm a mechanic, and I like it. It's a lot to take in, because I have only done like oil changes and brakes, so now I'm just getting shoved into everything military related. So the Marine Corps, like the whole experience in general, it's hard, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Recommending it to someone, I definitely recommend. And I always get asked a lot, like, people like, why'd you join this branch, and why'd you do this, and are you like mentally, do you have to be somewhere mentally, like how do you know it's right for you? And I really can't answer those for you. It's something you kind of have to know how to do, but like I'm always down to support people, because I love my job, and I like being around the people, because it's more of a family aspect. But it's been an overall challenging experience, and it's something that you kind of just have to step like head first. You can't really, there's no way to like prepare for it. It's not something I knew what I was getting myself into. It was something that I had to do for me. It's something I'm glad I did for me, but all you really need is support and a good mindset, because at the end of the day, it's what you want to do, and you're the one that puts on your combat boots, and you're the one that carries on. So yeah, it's been an overall great experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And yeah, so yeah. Okay, hi. That cut off, but I forgot to say, if anyone had any questions, or if they wanted anything more like in depth about my experience in the military, like boot camp wise and everything, like I'm always down to do videos about that. Like I don't really know how I want my channel to go, but I know that something I want to do and something I'm comfortable doing. So if anyone has any questions, just let me know.